Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my team selection for GameWeek 17. I'm going to go through my possible transfers I'm going to make and talk a little bit about captaincy. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, let's take a look. So just a quick recap of how I got on in Game Week 16 then. I did get a small green arrow, which was a relief, I think, after the previous few weeks. I had taken a hit for the first time this season leading up to it. I brought in Dubravka. I had 3 transfers to make. Dubravka came in, Porro came in, and I brought in Palmer. Between them, they only picked up 8 points, but that leaves me with a pretty good position, I think, moving forward. Porro's definitely a player I want. I was worried I didn't have a keeper. As it happened, Turner did play, but I don't think we were to know that at the time. And Palmer's fixtures look pretty decent, still on pen, so I'm not unhappy with that. Really sad, I suppose, that Porro conceded very late on. That would have made a big difference to my rank overall. But you know what? Small green out moves me up to 794k. Moving in a direction. The side looks decent moving forward as well. Still have all my chips. Captaincy was on Haaland, moved to Salah as it did with the rest of us. The only other big thing was that Dingra got the points, which was brilliant. He's done pretty well for me over the last few weeks, but Son has hurt me again, and he was more. I was worried about in the last 2 games. More worried, I think, when they played at home in a previous game. Can't remember who it was against. West Ham. Didn't return in that one, but then did the damage against the Newcastle side that just looked so tired. So he hurt me. And every week he doesn't return, I feel like I'm getting away with it. So he's a real thorn in my side. Just don't know how to get to him without making sacrifices that I just don't want to make. So that was my side anyway. So a small green arrow, really happy with that. 1 million in the 3.4 million in the bank, free transfer to make. Let's have a look at how we're looking then for Game Week 17. Side looks okay. I do have that 1 free transfer, as I said. I have a couple of flags now. Everyone has got flags, so I feel pretty in a luxury position that I've only got Taylor suspended, and then there's that obvious flag which I'm not going to talk about over Haaland. Just going to have to wait and see about news on him. Well, 1 free transfer then, I've got a number of ideas to what to do with it. Defensively, I think I'm alright. Porro will play against Forest away, not the best fixture, but he's so attacking. I think I'm happy to play him against whoever it is. Gabriel, happy to see him playing. Didn't get the rest I was hoping he would in Champions League. I still think he'll play at the weekend because Kivior played anyway, so there's not many other different options to play. And Tsimikas was rested in Europe as well as Liverpool, so hopefully he'll start against Man United side. Don't mind playing him either. I don't think Man United are in very good shape. Liverpool look good for that fixture, so happy to triple up. Cash did play in Europe, came off early. You wonder what's going to happen with Cash. He is a potential to move on, but I just feel like there's other places I want to use my transfer this week. And does he get some? He must get a start over Christmas somewhere. Problem is with Cash, he just will come off the bench a lot, so he's just a 1 point. So unless he starts, it's dangerous putting him in the side because he's just a 1 pointer waiting to happen. Obviously, Mbamu not playing at all. He's just fodder on my bench, an enabler to get other players in. So the side looks pretty decent. The one transfer I was looking to make was, I was thinking, if you look ahead to Game Week 18, sorry, it does look pretty decent. I've got that Liverpool-Arsenal fixtures, which muddies the water a little bit, but apart from that, it looks all right. The one transfer I was looking at making was bringing in Richarlison. He looks really good. I would much rather, don't get me wrong, bring in Son. I think Son is a much better, he's a fantastic FPL asset and a really good player that's hurting my rank. 2 things stop me bringing him in. I would have to bring someone else out other than a Dingra because I haven't got the money to get to him any other way. Only other player I could take out maybe was Saka, Bowen, Salah, and I don't want to take any of those players out. Not with the fixtures they've got. I just don't want to take them out. And the fact that Son is going to the Asian Cup in a few weeks' time just makes me reluctant to bring him in now to then take him out. Richarlison, though, down as a midfielder, playing up front for Tottenham, there is a small chance he's on pens. I don't think he is going to be on pens. I think Son gets them. He got the last one, but Richarlison wasn't on a pitch. I do think if Richarlison was on a pitch on a hat-trick, 3-0 up, they would have given it to him. We will not know, but I'm assuming that Son's on pens, but maybe there's a bit of chance that Richarlison is. He looks good. Fixtures look great. Son going away just means that he is going to be even more nailed up front when the Asian Cup starts. So I really like him with the fixtures, and just Tottenham just so creative and so attacking. Like I said, I don't want to get rid of Bowen because his fixtures are great. Saka's going nowhere. Salah's certainly not. Palmer, I haven't got 3.4 million, won't get me up to Son. So the only player that can come out is a Dingra to get to Richarlison. So that is the transfer that I am thinking of making, and that's suddenly the side looks pretty good with that in mind. GameWeek 18, he is a bit of a better option, I think, than a Dingra away at Palace. Not a lot into it, but I do like him. So Richarlison would have Everton at home for that one. Going back to how the side then would set up, I do have the other options that if Haaland isn't going to play, I'm going to struggle. So if we get news that he is not going to play, Cash would come in, because Mbamo can't play, neither can Taylor. And I just don't know what minutes Cash is going to get. I don't feel confident he's going to get any more than a 1-pointer off the bench. So I could therefore look to take a hit for 4 points. And in which case, what are my options? One of my options is bringing in Dominic Solanke, who looks great. The next 3 weeks, his fixtures look fantastic. At home to Luton looks brilliant. Forest, not a fixture I would mind targeting. And Fulham at home, even though they've been scoring goals and keeping clean sheets, I still think Bournemouth will score in that fixture. His XGI is absolutely brilliant and has been all season. 8 goals, 1 assist, and he's dealing in goals. So I really like the idea of him coming in. At 6.6, he would be a nice option. The only difficulty I've got with that is the plan was always in Game Week 18 to bring Watkins in. So I'm taking a hit in Game Week 17 to bring Solanke in, and then I'm going to use my transfer to take Darwin out to Watkins. So I almost feel like I'm just going to play Watkins instead, even though as much as I like Solanke, Watkins would come in for Game Week 17. That covers the fact that Haaland's not playing. And that side looks pretty decent. I could in Game Week 18 have Solanke, and then Watkins I could go for Solanke in Game Week 17, and he'd have that fixture against Luton, and then bring Watkins in for Darwin in Game Week 18, as was always the plan. But then I've also got the issue, I'm not really sure who comes in. I feel like Cash doesn't play one of those fixtures. He's going to play against Sheffield United, but Solanke could come in, because again, I have that issue with with Cash not playing. So Solanke could just come in for Cash, and I'm playing a 3-5-2. I've also got Taylor away at Fulham. Don't mind that too much. I just don't know if there's enough benefit taking a 4-point hit to bring Solanke in when I'm pretty covered in 18 anyway. So I've got a number of options. I think Richarlison is definitely one that I'm going to bring in. And I think Watkins is the other player that potentially, if we get news that Haaland isn't fit, will come in. I think, fingers crossed, I don't want to have to take a hit this week. I do want to hear the news that Haaland is fit. I doubt whether we're going to get any definitive answers. So I'm just unsure. Captaincy just looks pretty straightforward to me. If Haaland was absolutely fit and nailed on, and we got news that was, I think I would be tempted to go Haaland, but it'd have to be really solid news that it's going to be Haaland is fit and absolutely going to start. I feel seems very unlikely he's going to get that, and we're going to get that news. So in which case, I'm not going to take the risk. I would just go for Salah, because that fixture against Man United looks brilliant. Bowen would not be a bad shout against Wolves. I don't think they're that bad. And the fact that Salah's just a penalty taker against a Liverpool side playing a weakened Man United side that are not playing well anyway, just looks too good to be true. And there is that 7-0 result, that we all sort of ringing in my ears. Could something like that happen again? I don't think I could rule it out, but I would expect Liverpool to get 2 or 3 goals against Man United. Because I'm not sure whether West Ham will do that against Wolves. And Salah's just always involved. So for me, it's going to have to be Salah. Richarlison, I think, is definitely 90% going to come in. It's just a case of what happens with Haaland. So to round that up, I think Richarlison comes in. Haaland get news that he's not going to start, or is a major doubt. I think he comes out. More likely, Watkins comes into his place a week early for a 4-point hit. And then I've got that transfer to make it 18, which I could just roll on the basis of how the side looks. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below what your transfer plans are for Game Week 17, and is it as cut and dry as we think it is for captaincy? In the meantime, we'll come back at you next week. We'll probably put a free hit video together for Game Week 18 along with the normal watch list and team selection. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and good luck for Game Week 17.